Hello friends, this week for writing, you're going to be writing a different kind of poem. We've just finished doing our opinion writings. Now we're moving on to writing poems. This week we're going to be writing a poem called a cinquain poem. I hope I pronounced that correctly. A cinquain poem needs these things. Cinquain poems needs words that do not rhyme, unlike other poems. So no rhyming words in these poems. And a title. Cinquain poems, in the first line, they need a noun, which is a person, place, or thing. In the second line, they need adjectives, at least 2 adjectives. 2 words to describe this noun, so to talk about what the noun is. The third line needs at least 3 verbs. How many verbs? That's right, 3 verbs. At least 3 verbs, at least 3 action words. The fourth line, you need to tell the reader how you feel about what you're writing. And then the fifth line, you need to use another word for the first noun you used, or a synonym. A synonym is when we use a different word that means the same thing as another word. For example, a synonym could be house or home. House and home are 2 different words, but they mean the same thing, so they're synonyms. I'm going to show you an example of a poem that I found online and wrote in your poem template. First, I need to show you how you can write your poem on Google Slides. Here's your poem. Here's your cinquain poem template on Google Slides. You're going to need to go up here. Do you see where it says File? Click File. Scroll down until you see where it says Make a Copy. To make a copy, you click Entire Presentation. Once you click that, do you see how it says Name and then it has everything here in blue? Go ahead and write your name right here. My name is Miss Delzer. Once you're done writing your name and it says your name, writing, and the poem, and cinquain, you're going to click the OK button. Once you've made a copy of this PowerPoint, you can then go ahead and begin typing in it. Here is an example of a cinquain poem. You're going to read this poem and then answer the questions here about the poem up here. That's what you're doing on Monday. On Tuesday, you're going to start writing your own poem. Here's my example from the person's poem I found online. I've color-coded this poem so that it will go with these things that a poem needs, just to make it easier for you to see that I have everything. You don't need to color code your poem, but I did this to make the example easier for you. Okay, on the lines let's try this again. Cinquain, try writing your own poem. Use the frame below to organize your ideas. On the first line, you're going to write about the topic or noun that you might want to write about. My noun that I chose to write about was spiders. In the spaces below, write some adjectives to describe the noun or subject. The 2 adjectives or 2 words that I chose to describe spiders are bold and silent. In the space below, write 3 verbs that show the action of the subject or noun. My noun is spiders, and my 3 action words are jumping, hunting, and spinning. So those are 3 things that spiders do. They jump, they hunt, they spin. 3 action things they do. Then you're going to write a 4-word sentence about the subject or noun. My subject or noun is spiders. I'm going to tell you how I think or feel about spiders. I think that they are amazing predators with style. Right here, I'm going to write a synonym or word that sums up or says the same thing as my subject. I know that another word for spiders is arachnids. So arachnids is a synonym for what family spiders belong to. If you need help finding synonyms for your poem, you can go to this website right here, thesaurus.com. Once you go to thesaurus.com, type in the word that you're wanting to find a synonym for. Make sure that in this drop-down menu, you choose synonyms. Then, click the search button. Once you do that, on the bottom of your screen, they will show you a whole bunch of synonyms. I would ask your parents to help you find the best synonym from this list if you choose to use this, because some of them are better than others. But this is a good place to find synonyms if you need to find synonyms and get help for your poem. Okay, let's go back to the example. After you've written, so this is your rough draft of your poem. After you've written this, well actually it's more like the brainstorming part of your poem. Once you've brainstormed, you're going to go to the next slide. So on your next slide, you're going to write your name and you're going to write the title of your poem. My name is Miss Stelzer. The title of my poem is Amazing Spiders. Okay, on this line you're going to write your noun subject. Notice how I've written my noun subject and I've centered it to be in the middle of this line more or less. So you're going to put this in the middle more or less of the first line. Spiders. Now you're going to write the 2 adjectives that you had on your last slide. Bold, comma, and silent, comma. Notice how I put these in the middle of my slide and I put commas after these sentences. Okay, let's see. Okay, I've made it much easier for you to see this way. So I wrote my 2 adjectives, bold, comma, and silent, comma. Notice how after each adjective I put a comma. Then here I'm going to write my 3 verbs that I had on my brainstorming slide. Jumping, comma, hunting, comma, spinning, comma. Notice that so far in each line I have the words. And each one of them begins with a capital letter. And then in this 4th line, you're going to write how you feel about your subject. I feel that they are an amazing predator with style. Sorry, I'll go back. An amazing predator with style. That's your 4-word sentence. I'm going to fix that and put a period at the end because remember, sentences need periods. And then at the end, I'm going to put my synonym or another word for the noun that I used at the beginning of my writing here. Okay, your last slide is going to look like this. It's exactly the same as the other slide, but do you notice how in this template they don't have the words underneath? You're just going to copy what you wrote on your last slide and put it on this slide. And don't forget to put your name on the bottom of your slide this time. Okay, so here's what your work's going to look like. You're going to read all about Cinquain poems, okay? You're going to read all about Cinquain. Okay, Here's what you're going to do for each day when you're doing your writing assignments. First day or Monday, on Monday, you're going to be watching the video. Ignore the last part that's called assignment. Here's your video. Then you're going to look at the PowerPoint in Google Classroom titled Poetry Rewriting. You're going to read the first slide that describes these kind of poems that we're working on. And then you're going to make an entire copy of your slide, like I showed you to do in this video, and begin writing on slide 2. Tuesday, you'll be working on writing poetry called Sing Cane. You're going to watch another video and then write on slide 3. Wednesday, you're going to be watching another video with another example of these kinds of poems and write on slide 4. Every day you're going to go through this PowerPoint and do a new writing slide for your Sing Cane poem. But take a look at Friday. On Friday you're going to watch one last video, and then instead of writing on a new PowerPoint slide, you're going to go ahead, reread your poem, make sure it's the best that it can be and that it's your best work. You're using capitals correctly, you have all the commas you need, you're following the Sing Cane rules. And then once you're sure that your poem is perfect, the best that you can do it, you're going to turn it in to me on Google Classroom. That is the end of our video on your writing assignment. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them to me during our Zoom videos or on Google Classroom. I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.